Hello Crafty Llamas, today I'm going to be showing you 3 different methods to do a magic ring or a magic circle. So I've got my 4mm Knit Pro Waves crochet hook here, and then I've got my Debbie Bliss Rialto double knit yarn that I'm going to be using. So magic rings or magic circles are often used for amigurumi patterns to start the ring, and then it can then be tightened, so I'll show you that as well because I'll do a couple stitches into the ring to show you. So the first method I'm going to be showing you is the one that I use the most. So what you're going to do is you're going to just pinch that between your thumb and your 4th finger, like so, on the back of your hand, and then bring it over and then cross it like so, an X on the back of your hand like this. So as you can see, my fingers are kind of scrunched together, and then I hold the long tail of my yarn with my little finger here. If you want, you can also hold it like that. It's up to you how you hold it, but I find it easier to kind of keep that X nice and separate if I hold it with my little finger. So what you're going to do to start is you're going to pop your hook underneath the first bit of yarn here, this is your first wrap over, grab the yarn at the back, pull it through underneath, and then twist it up like so. So at this point what you've got is you have like a little twist on your hook like so, and then you're going to grab the yarn from the back of your hand and pull that through. So this bit is a little bit fiddly, so if you want, what you can do is you can slip that off your fingers and then just pull that through like so. It can be easier doing it that way, and then you have your magic circle. So if you're doing single crochets, sometimes the pattern will tell you to chain 1, sometimes it'll just tell you to, for example, chain 6 into the circle. So we're going to do that. So you insert your hook into the circle in the middle, yarn over, pull through like so, yarn over, and then pull through your stitch, and then that is your first stitch in your magic circle. So you go into the circle, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and then you pull through like so. So I'm just going to do a couple more of those. When I'm doing this, I tend to put my ring finger on using the hand that I hold my hook into the ring just to keep it nice and taut, like so, and then I tend to hold the little tail, the short tail end with my thumb whilst I'm doing it, otherwise it can get in the way. So I'm just going to do a couple more. So here you can see I've got 4. I've got 4 V's. I'm just going to do 2 more. So I've got 6, 5, and 6. So I'm just going to pull up a loop nice and big so that I can take my hook out whilst I do this bit with you. So the next thing that you do to then tighten it is you take that really short tail end and you just pull it like so. Ooh, just let that go. So when you pull it, what you get is that circle then closes to form a really kind of nice tight circle like so. And then what you would then do is, depending on the pattern, you would then single crochet into the next, keep dropping it, into the next one, which is here. So this can be a little bit tight and a little bit fiddly, so sometimes it does take just a little bit of work in your hook into that space to get that stitch. So pull it through like so, and then there you have got your first stitch of your next round. And what you can do is you can just pull that a little bit tighter so that circle is completely closed like so. So that is your first method of doing a magic ring. This is the one that I use the most because I find it works best for me. It did take me quite a while to get used to this as a method and a technique. So I'll show you a couple of the techniques that you can do. I'm just going to use the same bit of yarn. So the second technique that I'm going to show you today it's quite like the first one, except you do the X on the inside of your hand instead. So when you take your yarn, you hold that between your thumb and your little finger, you bring it round like so, and then you create that X on the front here. So the yarn at the back is 2 parallel bars, and then you just pinch those 2 tail ends together between your thumb and your little finger. So for this one, what you're going to do is it's very similar, you're still working off the back of the hand. Go under the first strand of yarn, pick up your second, twist it and pull it through, grab that second, oh, there we go, always slips down there. Pick up that back strand of yarn again, and then pull that through just like so. And then there you have your magic ring. And you can just pull that nice and tight. So I'll do that again for you. So between your little finger and your thumb, you pinch your short tail, wrap it over like that, create an X on the inside, and then pinch those two strands of yarn together here. And you turn it over and you have two parallel bars of yarn. So under your first, hook your second like so, pull it through and under, twist it up, and then you grab that back strand of yarn again and pull it through like so. So when you're pulling this bit off your hand, some people kind of hold it there, which is where that kind of first stitch is, which is essentially your slip knot. Some people can pinch it there, just gently take it off your hand as well. That works absolutely fine. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You'll find out yourself which way you like to do it. And like before, you just single crochet into the circle like so. There we are, and pull up a loop. And then just get this little tail end. I tend to hold my last stitch here when I'm pulling it closed, and then you just pull, and there you have it. There is your circle. It can also be quite handy if you're quite new to this to put a stitch mark in your first stitch when you're doing them in the round, so that you can see which one you're then going into, because as you can tell, they get quite small and it can be quite hard to find them. It's quite easy to lose a stitch when you're doing it this way, so it's always good practice if you're quite new to just pop a stitch marker in that first stitch that you're doing into the magic ring. So the third method that I'm going to be showing you is pretty similar to the last one, except you just do it on your index finger instead of kind of your 3 or 4 fingers. So what you do is you get your short tail end here, and then you wrap it around your index finger like so. You pull up, so you've got like another X on that index finger. You then pull this one, this bit here, which is like your front X, up and over. So you essentially make the start of your slip knot like so. So you pull up this bit here, so I'll just do that, this bit for you again. So you create an X on your index finger, pull the front bit here, the front part of your yarn over, and then pull through the back bit, pop your hook in there, in that loop you've pulled up, and then you single crochet like so to secure it. And then what you do is you then single crochet into your ring. Obviously the ring is much smaller, so it depends how many single crochets you're doing or how many stitches into the magic circle you're doing as to whether you'll want to use this method or an alternative one that creates a slightly larger ring. And then you just single crochet into it like you would before. I'm just going to do 4 on this one. That's 3 and 4. So, and then once again you just pull the tail end of your yarn, and there we have the end of your magic circle, like that. And that is how you do your magic circles. If you have enjoyed this video, please let me know by commenting below and liking it. We do have weekly videos, so please subscribe to my channel. Our social handle is Crafty Llama UK, so you can find us on various platforms using that. Please tag us if you attempt anything in this video, and of course you can purchase all of the tools used in this video at our Etsy shop, which is linked below. That's it for this week's video, but I'll be back with another one for you next week. Bye!